I'm seriously beside myself. I'm literally living my JDM dream. Like,
wait, this is the first time you've drifted in Japan?
Yeah, first time drifted in Japan. And what's crazy is the absolute legends, the drift legends are here, right? You have Taniguchi, you have Nomuken, you have Ueno, you have who else?
Sumikawa's here. She's a female D1 GP driver with the Haichu livery. Pretty much everyone else is coming too. Like all the homies. It's gonna be fun.
It's amazing to me because it's like stuck in time, you know? Since I started following these individuals, since I started shooting 20 years ago, it's the same people. Like nothing has changed.
Do you think in Japan that like the lifespan of like this type of career is longer than it would be in the US from your experience?
It's possible. What's interesting to me is, like I said, it hasn't changed.
Yeah.
You know, same liveries, same driver suit even, like at least like the design.
Some of them, yeah.
Same shtick and performance. But of course it's evolved. Now, these individuals, they're getting introduced not as themselves, they're introduced as their father of so-and-so, you know, right?
Yeah.
Because Nomuken's son is drifting, and same for, like we were talking the other day, Kenji Yamanaka, you know, he gets introduced as so-and-so's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, the generation's kind of switching now.
Yeah, the generation's switching, and it's really amazing to see, but like, it just makes me happy that they're still driving, they're still behind the wheel.
Yeah.
The smoke monster, man.
Yeah, literally.
So these individuals inspired you too, right?
Yeah.
This is so cool that all of these people are here this early just to get rides with their favorite driver. How is this a thing? Like, I wish FD had something like this where you could pay to ride with the cars.
I think like Ueno-san, like the way he has it set up is it's not just like the events taking the money too, like that's going back to the driver too. So like last year, Nob was here doing it as well, and the amount of people he took out was just non-stop, and he was just doing 2 laps for everyone, and he was booked for the full day non-stop. And he did, like, and it's just a cool way for them to be able to give back to their fans, because they have massive fan bases here in Japan.
No, I get that. To these individuals, it's like being able to pay to ride with Lewis Hamilton or Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. And
honestly, for me, they're on the same level. You look at somebody like Taniguchi, I've been following his career since I got into cars, and it's unparalleled. It's amazing. It's so cool to see that he's still participating on the grassroots level like this.
It is really cool. It's funny because like your I guess image of him, and you've known him forever, right? But remember when like we were back at my shop, I was telling how I kind of just like fell into it and then fell in love with it and didn't really know any of the history. So when I first met Nob, I was just doing like a training day with Okachan, and he just rocked up and we were all just hanging out. I had no idea who he was until I read the YouTube comments, and I was like, oh. And then I did some research and I was like all embarrassed about it. But like it's so cool to see your perspective of it, and then me coming into it and I was like, I didn't even know who these guys were, and was just driving with them and hanging out with them, and yeah, it's so much fun, dude. Like it's such a privilege too, you know?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Privilege. Yeah. This is a 180.
It's a 180, yeah, if you look at it.
Oh, this is a G1 GP car.
Yeah, he competed in it.
Wow. This is so cool. What an insane looking vehicle. Look at this seat. It has some wear on this seat, it looks like.
It's so nuts, man. It's so fast. It's
really?
Crazy, yeah.
Because it's so light.
It's so light, and it's a 180, so it just like it's throwing backies all over the place. It's pretty nutty.
It's so funny looking. What an interesting looking vehicle. How this passes tech is beyond me. Wow. It's so simple.
Yeah, it's pretty nutty, man.
That is so cool.
Yeah, hopefully you get some good runs in today.
Dude, the poke is amazing.
Yeah.
Told you it was wild.
Yeah, this is really wild.
180 SX chopped up and then just a mirror sat on top of it.
It's amazing. Hey, so let's talk about what we're doing here today. So I told you that I was going to drift, but I didn't have a car. And then you offered your car graciously. Really, really, really appreciate that. So now we're here at Mobara Circuit. The day after Tokyo Auto Salon lets out all of these legends. And you know what's also cool to me is a lot of the cars that were in the show are here.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know if they slept. It's kind of wild.
Yeah. So then you know this forward and backwards. Like you've driven this track a lot.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on this track?
It's a pretty iconic track. A lot of the D1 like Chihose divisional competition happens here a lot, which is kind of like the first entry level to get into lights and then to D1 GP. This was a track I competed on a very, very long time ago for like a Maxarito competition. It was called a 225 Cup where they made us all wear 17 225 tires and it was a lot of fun. But yeah, there's a bunch of different layouts. They do it in reverse, which gives you that downhill feeling. But it's just a big sweeper, which to do the correct line is sketchy. You'll see when you drive it. And then you come up here and you do a nice fake entry into here, uphill, and then kind of flip and whip it around there and then kind of just grip the rest of the track.
Yeah, well, I'll take it easy and just feel it out and take my time.
Oh yeah, no, the track's great for that. You'll have a lot of fun. There's also a grip session. I don't know if you want to try and grip one of the drift cars, but you're more than welcome to.
We'll see how it goes. Just wanted to give a huge shout out to Yokohama Tire. I drift on Yokohama's at home. You guys have seen that my car is an Advan liveried car, so big Yokohama guy over here. But I've never actually drifted on the Niova. This should be interesting. I usually drift just on their normal passenger tires, not performance tires. But also this car makes a lot more power than my car. So my car makes 285 wheel horsepower. How much wheel horsepower does this make?
Like 400.
400 wheel horsepower?
380.
That's good.
Yeah.
Dude, that's like 100 to 120 more than my car. So
Oh, you'll love it then.
yeah.
That'd be good.
This is something that you don't really see in the US. They have 3K vehicle drift cars. Like, what the hell? This guy's just polishing his wing. They weigh nothing, they make no power at all. This one has training wheels. So cool. Training wheels, very cool. Look at this intake. The intake is like for a little moped. Oh man. Very cool. Super cool. What a cool car. Other than that, the mix of cars is pretty normal in terms of what you would see at a drift event. A lot of chasers, a lot of Silvias, some A86s. This Laurel is really nice. Very good fitment, great color. Dude, look at this thing. I can't believe he's drifting this car. It is so clean. It must be a brand new build. Look at this kit. There's not a scratch on this. I'm assuming that this was probably on the show floor and I didn't see it. First ride. Sam, I'm shook.
I'm still warming up.
Dude, I'm just so blown away at how good this circuit is. It flows so well, huh?
It's a great course, right? And then you can do it in reverse and do the downhill.
Oh, this is so good. Dude, thank you so much.
Happy to, man.
I can't wait to drive. I cannot wait to drive. My life has changed forever now.
You've been drifting though, right?
Yeah, but doing it in Japan where it was born is different, you know?
Yeah.
It's so cool, so I cannot wait to get behind the wheel. Like, just seeing you toss this thing around like butter. So smooth, so good. Cannot wait.
I have like the most time ever in this car.
It's so good. It's so good. Oh my god. First time drifting in Japan. My life has changed forever, without a doubt. Like, it felt so right. It felt so good. I definitely need to learn how to drive a turbo car. I'm kind of letting it fall out of boost too often. So I kind of just have to modify my driving, and I think that's what I'll do this next session. Maybe I'll just do a little clutch kicking. I didn't clutch kick one time that whole session. I just wanted to get used to the car. And I realized I was also entering the first corner way too early, so I'm just gonna work on my timing better. But what a blast to drive. I am so blown away at how awesome drifting in Japan is. I mean, it makes sense. This is where I was born. Second session, Peyton was riding with me. I did not warm up enough and I almost crashed, which was crazy. But once I got it warmed, I unfortunately burned up a whole set of 8009s, Yokohama Advance. Samit told me to kind of keep off of it a little bit and give it some time to cool down. But man, I was just having too much fun the whole time. I was just foot to the floor, letting her eat, and it just felt so good. It felt so right. It was the most fun. It was so much fun. I've been going through one set of tires a session, and the sessions are 10 minutes. My excuse is that I don't get to drive that often, you know? I really don't.
Honestly, man, I just think you need to drift more.
Yeah,
I think you
guess
found your
so.
calling.
I love it so much. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like being sideways. It's just the best, dude.
It is the best.
It's the best. Thank you
It is
so much.
absolutely the best.
Thank you. Appreciate
No,
you.
for real. How's
So
the chaser
good.
though? Does it feel good?
I mean, I haven't driven many drift cars besides my own, but I would have to say that this is the best drift car I've ever driven because it's so easy to drift.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
It's foolproof almost.
it almost drifts itself, if it makes sense.
Yeah. Can you guys see me?
Like, I couldn't believe how well it drifts.
Now you got to go home and set one up just like that because you got one, right?
I do. So I have one, but it's automatic and it's like completely stock, non-turbo. I think the first baby step is to manual swap it and then also turbo swap it.
Yeah, do like the Turo V swap kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then enjoy it for a bit and then level up.
Just go buck wild after that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you, man. This is something new for you.
It's cool also because it's like a big body car.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really feel that big in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I know where the rear end is placed.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
And yeah, I just need to get used to it. 2 sessions already, 4 tires.
You're doing good. You're doing better than most, for sure. That's right.
So much fun.
Oh, yeah.
This is some flex. So Taniguchi's been giving rides all freaking day. He's even run out of room here. He says he's tired. He's given too many rides. Transmission is so cool.
Yes. Very easy.
Your movements are very, very smooth. Yeah.
Drive well.
Yeah. How much power does this one make?
500 to 500.
500 horsepower. It's perfect. This is the perfect drift car. It's so good.
sorry.
That's okay.
You are ripping, man.
Oh no.
Shit.
I think it just happened from like a big flake and the wheel got caught or something with the wind. And then I was like, instead of you going off track, it was held on my one zip tie, so I just quickly jumped out, yanked it off and put it on the side. Yeah.
My passenger, I put him to work, dude.
I saw it.
I put him to work.
I saw it. I was like, perfect photo of it.
So
Get that passenger run.
Yeah, we need a photo like that.
Okay, so last session, unfortunately, cannot drive the Chaser anymore because I did a boo-boo by pushing it a lot. But actually, these were dead tires anyways, right?
Already old tires.
Yeah.
So they're fine. They're good.
Now I'm gonna try the Skyline out. This thing is the Bogan wagon, I call it.
32.
The Bogan 32.
So RB25, stock rods and pistons, makes about 420. Garrett G20, sorry, G30, 660, and a gradient manifold. All the good stuff.
You wheel this thing.
Oh yeah, this thing's a lot of fun. This is a driver's car. You'll love it. You'll love it. It'll throw you off though at first, so just be ready.
Okay, all right, I'll be ready.
It'll bring the bogan out of you.
I can't wait. I'm so excited. So now I learned the track, I feel a lot more comfortable. The first sessions were just learning the track, learning the car. This last session, I felt so comfortable. I was just tossing the car. It felt so good. It felt everything right about drifting in Japan. So if you guys have a chance to come to Japan to experience drifting, I urge you guys to do so. Dude, thank you so much.
Happy to.
What an epic day.
Yeah, totally amazing.
Like, talk about checking off bucket list items. Really living my Japan JDM dream. After watching these guys for so many years,
Yeah.
you know, the Nomuken, Ueno, Taniguchi, these guys, they inspired me to get into this, you know?
Yeah.
Because they were doing best motoring, they were doing hot version, option, all that.
They've inspired all of us, like me,
Yeah.
the guys watching, everything. Yeah, everyone.
And then, but the crazy thing is, it's not like they did it and they stopped. They're doing it still.
yeah.
And me being able to ride with Taniguchi, ride with you, you know, I learned so much from all of you guys today.
Thank you, man.
So,
I'm glad you had a great time.
Yeah.
I really am.
Next time, maybe I'll have my own car. I don't know. Maybe
figure
you
something out.
You convinced me. All right. Good to see you. Overall, great experience. This thing is an absolute blast to drive. I finally get it. You know, when Samit said he has thousands of laps in this thing, I believe that. It's too easy to drive, too easy to drift. It basically drifts itself, as you guys have seen in the videos. The hydro works perfect. All of it, just incredible. I did have a chance to drive this, but I unfortunately did not roll on my helmet cam. It is harder to drive, makes more power, way peakier, not as much low end, but it still drifted really well. It did not have a hydro e-brake, it just had a traditional pull-up style, but it ended up braking after 2 laps. So I was unable to use the e-brake at all, which is a tool that you kind of just need to extend and also save yourself here on this track. There was just a couple places where you just couldn't avoid it at all. I did my best without it, and it was still cool to experience what Sam has built with this car. What a fun machine also. But I just cannot wait to build out my JZX 100 to be something similar to this. Well, maybe not similar, but inspired by this. I cannot wait. Last but not least, just wanted to thank Vertex for having me, letting me drive last minute. Also, huge thanks to Yokohama Tire for supporting us, bringing us out here to Tokyo Auto Salon, and then of course supplying tires today for me to burn. I went through one set of tires every single session because it was just too much fun. So yeah, hopefully I can drift a lot more in the US. That's my goal, is just to get more seat time. And this was a really good one. This fed my soul. I'm super happy.